What is up, my fellow brothers and sisters? We're back with another backtesting video of February 2025. I posted earlier trading recap slash analysis. That was my first W on this channel in live trading, which I'm really happy about. And um, I kind of just gotta get backtesting over with today because yesterday I didn't get any backtesting done. And I'm getting increasingly more busy as midterms start coming up. Um, so I wanted to get some practicing in before I get on with my day. So we're gonna do this week of February. Um, I did already skip Monday because it was a bank holiday, and I don't trade bank holidays. So we'll just get right into it. Um, oh yeah, last backtesting video, I faded a trade. And to this day, to this second, I regret that shit. I regret it so badly. Holy fuck. Here's Lucky Chop. But he's back on. Um, yeah, I regret it to this fucking second, man. I regret it so badly, but we live, we learn. I'm not fading an A plus setup from now on. Let's get into it. On the daily time frame, we are quite literally pushing all-time highs now on ES. It kind of looks like ES is edging its way to this um, daily high right here. So that kind of leads on with a more bullish bias on the 4 hour time frame. Again, we're just edging this high right here. So that's pretty much all I can say about that. Okay, we do have higher time frame bearish SMT. So and the hourly is kind of rebalancing this range. So what I can expect is for bullish runs, I'd want us to rebalance this 2 hour range right here, or hourly range. Maybe we sweep out this internal hourly low, which we already did. And potentially there is this more discounted gap right here in the NAS. Yes, kind of looks like poo-poo right now. But yeah, there's this more discounted gap. Um, that we can take longs from, and because of this higher time frame SMT, which isn't really, let me just make sure, probably is in an hourly some. Okay, wait, it is in this hourly right here, so it could sponsor move lower. So I just want to be careful in not fading the trend. We do have a lot of internal points of liquidity, including London lows. So I could see a short-term bearish bias, long-term bullish bias going into market open. Swept out that low, and then on ES we did sweep out Asia lows, but we still have a lot of these stacked 15 minutes that I would be interested in shorting to, and all of this low resistance 15 minutes as well on the higher time frame. I want to wait for more structure to play out first. Kind of looks like we entered this more discounted gap. No opportunities just yet for us to long and or short. Probably open up a 15-minute right here. I mean a 5-minute. And we still have some draws, and like I said, we have all these 15-minute lowers in liquidity on ES that we could be targeting here. So I would also be interested in shorting. Okay. 45 has started. 45 candle. Manipulates lower. ES is now edging these lows right here, so I do want to see maybe I really want to see a retracement actually for us to push lower. Was there a mechanical setup from this? Not really. Not anything that I would personally take. Um, to be fair. 10 a.m. is about to open. I am low-key leaning more bearish now. Just because we do have all this low resistance on ES. I do want to see a pretty big retracement because we are just selling off a lot here. We're about to open up this 15-minute as well. But that might be a bit too. What are we playing off of here? Any gap? Nothing yet. There is this short that I just would not take just because we didn't enter a key level that I'm willing to short off of, and it kind of just looks like we want to take all these draws here. Is there a setup that I potentially missed? Nothing here. Maybe a 30-second. No, I wasn't in any gap that I would want to short from. This gap right here, 15-minute. This would be a 15-minute continuation to these low resistance draws. Is this too um do we have an SMT perhaps? 10-15 manipulates into this 15-minute candle. So the only thing that's kind of motivating me to take this trade is the 10-15 candle manipulating this high inside of this 15-minute bearish fair value gap with an SMT. It is kind of like a random high, but we had really strong closure and our draws lower, especially on ES, make a lot of sense. But we are just too premium for me to really like um, shorts, which is my only problem here. I feel like because it's too premium, it does make it low probability, but I'm gonna have a quick break even point. I am gonna take this. This is more just for testing. To be honest, because this SMD kind of validates the trade, and then can I take that? Yeah, that break even. Okay, that would be my break even right there. Yeah, that was a break even. Honestly, like looking back at the trade, hindsight obviously, it is just way too premium for me. I do really like the draws on liquidity lower though. It looks like we're just overall bearish. I could see us retracing higher first before continuing to move lower. be generating here for a bearish move. Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. Spend the night together. Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. Spend the night together. Honestly, we're likely not gonna get an entry from here. Um, higher time frame not higher time frame SMT, SMT inside of this 30-minute gap. This could be like a final opportunity here for shorts. Now lowkey is now we're just fucking taking the mic. We just entered this 30-minute. And into the 30-minute, and then yeah, I'm not gonna trade this day. FOMC. Let's see what we can do here. Again, still kind of playing all-time high conditions. Yesterday we manipulated into this unmitigated daily gap on the 4-hour. Kind of looks like we inverse this bullish fair value gap. Do we sweep any draws? Not necessarily. Right now, it kind of just looks like we're rebalancing. We're fixed. Damn, we edged previous day low. This could be a pretty solid draw. Relative equal hourly highs alongside London, but then once again we're just kind of looking more bearish. And we do have draws on liquidity lower. We did just sweep this out on yes, but we have these equal lows on the 15-minute here. So I could see us continuing this bearish price action going to market open, but it is FOMC. We're in a short-term sell model here as well. I could see us resweeping this 5 draws lower, kind of iffy, be honest. Um, okay. So we have this SMT on this 5-minute inside this 30-minute gap that is currently holding bearish. 2-minute strong inversion, and then draws on liquidity lower. This is more like kind of trading with the trend, I would say. Because if you look at it on the hourly time frame, we are just disrespecting bullish, respecting bearish, respected this hourly gap, and then we created this hourly gap and then respected that hourly gap again, and then you zoom out or you zoom in more. 30-minute, we disrespected, but I would say we respected it because we just inverse this 30-minute, and then we're respecting this 30-minute again. And then we have an internal 5-minute SMT. Yes, we do have a SMT on this low, but we're playing off what's currently happening. And what's currently happening is we formed this SMT and it kind of looks like we want to push lower to at least, I would say, this internal low. And higher time frame targets, I would probably just say that we are edging our way closer to previous day low. If this were to lose, I would have to attribute it to the fact that we just don't really have a close higher time frame draw. Is there like a imbalance here we can kind of there is this intermediate 15-minute low that we already swept on ES, so we don't really need to go to it. Some T continuing the trend. Okay, I think honestly I was gonna say I feel like I'm forcing this trade, but given the fact that it is like more trend trading, higher time from draw being previous day low, I could see this playing out. Only thing that kind of makes this setup kind of shitty is the fact that we just don't have a solid draw on liquidity. On ES though, it kind of looks like we set up low resistance here, so that is a contributing factor. You see us dump. That is my break-even spot. Targeting a 1-2-1 ES did not. It kind of looked like it just wanted to generate here. Edges my TP. Takes out the 15-minute draw. Is there a chance we get a continuation if it gets stopped out here? Not really. Break even again. That is actually so unfortunate. Holy shit. We just did not want to deliver it. Honestly, I'm not that mad at this one. 10 a.m. does what? Not much. We are just making our way again. We can use this 5-minute as a target here. But that means we would want to first rebalance higher before I take a trade lower. Okay, that target got swept. I could see a 5-minute continuation here. Towards previous day lows. Did we generate liquidity? Like, bro, ES just kind of looks like utter poo poo. I'm gonna mark this 30-minute out. If ES can kindly sweep out all this generated liquidity before we or as we enter this gap, I would love for us to do so. What is ES doing? Enter this 15-minute, just kind of. It's right beside all these draws, and I really want these draws to be swept for me to be able to validate this trade. Highest time frame inversion is this odd looking 2-minute right here. We closed. I just don't like the way ES is looking, to be honest. I would rather see this get swept first before, oh my days, man, before shorting the market here. If we do want to go short, okay, this is actually beautiful. Tapped into an unmitigated 15. We would want to see this 1 minute get inverse, and it kind of just looks like we're rejecting right now, unless, wow, kind of, okay, kind of just blowing by this 30 minute. Did we rebalance into some sort of gap? Higher time frame? Okay. Um, Not in any key level that I kind of fuck with here, to be honest. To be honest. To be honest. Yes. Higher time frame SMT. 1 minute. 5 minute below. SMT on this draw, but that SMT was created so long time ago. And then this SMT was also created right now. And then that was the 2 minute or 3 minute. And we're in 4 minute. Okay. I'll enter that file. The 30-second play. Yeah, fuck me. I'm skipping this day as well. Um, Thursday. I'm sorry if it kind of seems boring. Um, we're getting a lot of break evens here. Like, some of the break evens are actually valid, I would say. I think most of them are pretty valid. Wow, we just look like poop. Um, and if I don't go break even where I say I am, that might lead to like a pretty bad habit of thinking I'm top shit, and then I get stopped out more often. So I'm just gonna stick with the break evens unless it's like blatantly obvious that I don't need to. Hard time from SMT. Looks like we respect this hourly gap. 4 hour looks like poo. So I don't really want to look at that too much. We swept out this London high, and then so it's kind of like opposing biases. So I'm probably just gonna lean towards waiting to see what gets respected and disrespected. We're like fuck me, we're all the way over here on ES, and then on the NAS, kind of like we're pushing towards these draws, leading up to this intermediate 15-minute high. So I just kind of want to be more cautious. 8:30 news candle, which already got taken out. I don't even want to say short term, I'm more bullish, because if I wanted to be long here, I would want to see like all this lower resistance get swept out, because we did just create this higher time frame SMT too. Um, Not any significant gap that I really care about, so it's not too big of a deal, but at the same time, I'm not trying long, even if it's at this 5 minute, knowing that there's low resistance right here that neither indexes have swept out. That's not a good key level. Now, now there has to be a key level, no? Okay, still no key level. We're respecting this hard time from SMT. Yes, looks like it's respecting this hourly as well. Draws lower. We don't really need to go for this. We can take out this. That's kind of high resistant though. And then there's also these stacked. And then for NASDAQ, once again, it's like this low. And then I guess London, but we like I said, we don't really need to go for that. It's gonna be more patient here. Respected this 15. Um, like I said, I don't really care about SMTs that are created not in a key level. So then longing from here would be this 2 minute. And then because this is the highest time frame of this leg. This 2 minute still has not closed above this gap. In terms of this is SMT of all of these low resistance that I didn't want to long against, all inside of this hourly gap that's been constantly disrespected. This is going to be such a shitty close here. Is that a 3 minute? Nope, I don't think so. And then that's the close right there. And I do really like this setup. Stop loss likely at this bullish order block. I'll put like a tiny bit underneath. TPs, higher time frame. Likely just going to be Asia high here. I can probably do an extendo clip, I would say, to I don't see why we would take out Asia and not take out this high above. So I'm gonna do an extendo clip right here. Bangers. But it's more reactionary. I might get cooked for the stop loss. Break even at the external high. Instant break even stop loss. Let's see here. What was I not thinking about? SMT was at this hourly low inside of an hourly gap. Solid close. Draws higher were solid. Did we need to go for something else? Are we respecting? I guess we didn't really need to go for this, but I just didn't really care about that SMT. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Okay, this was just a fucking that was low-key just a bad take. I did not see. Did this get made after or before? Okay, so what I see, what I probably did wrong here was I didn't look at the 5 minute time frame and I didn't see the fact that we were inside this 5 minute gap prior to taking that long. So that could be the reason why this didn't play out. Kind of like we respected this and then wanted to go lower. Um, Besides that, I think honestly this trade is pretty solid. Hard time frame S&T inside of a gap. We're following hard time frame order flow, I mean, to the best of our ability, given the fact that this is really unclear. So takeaway would probably be like, look at the 5 minute. I don't know why, if I just skip the 5 minute or something. Um, yeah. Okay, let's continue. What are we going for here? Previous day low, most likely. Kind of looks like we just want to stay bearish here. Takes out previous day low. SMT on previous day low, but inside a valid gap that I care about, so we could see ourselves going even lower. Holy fuck, there's no space for enter here. Unmitigated daily gap that we can go for. If we get a retracement, doesn't really look like we are going to, but entered that daily. Wow, that's actually insane. Entered that daily gap. Like, bro, this trade right here is actually insane, man. Yo, this is actually fucking insane. I got stopped out of a, like, that was a crazy stop. Um, First 5 minute right here. I can take a mech. We are leaving a lot of unfilled fair value gaps from here. We're in a solid spot of distribution inside this unmitigated daily. Um, It'd be like a 5 minute to a 5 minute. That's actually so unfortunate. Looks like we want to respect that 5 minute. I'm not gonna take a short though. We have like no more fucking draws for a short. Um, Damn, 5 minute does not want to fucking give me a close. Oh no. Um, what I'm honestly thinking about is the fact that we just swept out all of our fucking bearish draws. If we want to continue lower, I would want to see generation of liquidity prior to shorting the market because we literally have no more solid draws. And I can see us like generating up until some sort of 15-minute gap before we take a short. That's like the only trade I can see being played out. Or if we somehow just reverse, but I doubt that's going to happen considering the fact that we dumped 200 points. Um, so we'll see. We'll see what's going on. Boom, 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 boom. 30-minute gap is open. 30-minute gap gets retraced into. Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. Generated this sort of liquidity. Overall bearish on the day. Um, no gap to short from, unfortunately. And boom, 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 boom. Is there actually zero gaps here? Zero gaps that I am interested in. I know that someone would take this shit right here. I just can't take that shit. Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room to spend the night together. Forever, boom, boom, boom. You in my room, to spend the night together. Forever. This would be the final shorting opportunity. Um, to validate the short, what I would say is we rebalance the range. SMT on this more premium gap, but our draws are kind of just shitty here. Closure of this 5-minute is going to happen in a second here. Right now. SMT higher time frame draws could be what exactly, like boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. Higher time frame draws. This hourly low. Rebalance of the range. Did we get EQ, perhaps? We got EQ of this 15-minute range. SMT. The risk is kind of ass here. Like right here. And then it's right here. So this could be valid. Break even spot like probably here. Okay, so reason for this trade is the fact that we rebalance this 15-minute, hit EQ the range. We are clearly just wanting to sell off here. Higher time frame draw would be this hourly intermediate low. Are we realistically gonna go to it right now? No, because we already dumped 200 points. Is this forcing a trade? I don't think so, because we have higher time, I mean not higher time frame SMT, but SMT inside of a gap. What is that? Oh. I could be slammed with the 5-minute of doom here. 1 second. 5-minute of doom. Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. Spend the night together. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room to spend the night together. Probably should broke even earlier. Not really. Just gonna play it out towards this low. See if TP would smack here. Damn, bro. We just keep getting fucking break even. I guess a good fucking break even. Probably the reason why this failed is we did dump 200 fucking points, so expecting a big move lower is probably not ideal. I didn't even like that trade. I low-key think I'm forcing trades now because of that one loss, but it's what it is. Higher time frame displacing from this daily. 9:45 news, 10 a.m. news, so gotta be careful of that. Displacing from this daily, respecting this 4-hour. Um, Respecting this 4-hour. Yes, this looks like it's holding it, but Nasdaq already inversed it. We do have this sweep of liquidity inside of the gap, so this could sponsor a move lower. And this was previous day high as well. I am leaning more bearish. Oh my days, man. Sorry about the brain rot. We're inside this hourly. Kind of looks like we're just dumping. I am low-key leaning more bearish here because we do have a lot more bearish draws. Higher time from SMT inside of the 4 hour. I wanted to be more bullish, but I feel like we already took out all our draws that could validate a long. I mean, I wanted to be more bullish, but we don't really have any more draws. Liquidity, I would have to wait till 9:45, so I am gonna mark this out here so I don't get all my days. Um, and I do have 10 a.m. news as well, and those news charts are usually aids. So, what have we done so far? Swept out London. ES has this suspicious hourly gap that we could be targeting as a draw on liquidity. Um, news, it drops right now. Hourly candle, I mean data high candle swept, draws liquidity lower. We have these 15-minute lows here that could sponsor move lower. Yes, we did sweep out London and we tapped into this Omega gap. So I just want to see more confirmation that we want to push lower here because that is a pretty high resistant draw, and I want to see more of a premium gap to short from if we want to short here. Please leave that data low candle. Rick, dude, we did not want to leave that data low candle as a drawn liquidity. Did we leave any of the, okay, we still have some draws left. If I want to short here, I need to see a fat retracement higher first before taking some sort of short. And I really hope that we don't just take out our data low candle and leave that as a draw. And in that case, it doesn't look like we're going to do that. Please, please leave that candle, please. Oh my days. It just touched our data low candle. We are now edging data low, I mean daily low. So probably not gonna get a fucking neck longs. Holy fuck, man. We just we don't 40 points on 174 points. I can't even take a mech long here either. If I wanted to, we're not on any significant gap. Swept out that inside of this gap. Now this could be a possible mech long here towards my ass. We have all these gaps right here too. Um, Yeah, let me actually say something. Holy shit. So pretty much what I am seeing here is we just swept out previous day low inside this gap. ES swept out this intermediate hourly low inside of a gap. This could pose a solid um place for what is it called? For a reversal, but the only thing holding me back here is the fact that one, we fucking dumped an obnoxious amount, and two, my break even point is very far away. I would want to use this 15 minute as a target, but it just, I mean, this five, no, it's not even this 5 minutes, a 15 minute, and then this 5 minute, probably the final TP. Um, so this would be the trade right here. And then, does ES have a gap I can potentially see it going to? Honestly, if we get a CISD play, I'll take the second. And it's a wowzers. Yeah, I just wasn't too confident because our break even was so far away. Like our break even would have been our TP or really close to our TP. Um, I probably didn't really need to do all this. Like let's say where would I place my stop here? EQ C of this wick. Okay, so I guess yeah, it wasn't a bad mech, but I just wasn't too confident. Okay, this week has been a fat L in terms of backtesting. Um, two break evens. I'm really hoping that later in the month it is better in terms. Damn, this actually looks sick. More trades will be presented here, but man, I would be one unprofitable ass person going into January 2025. So, um, no, sorry, just 2025 in general. Um, these stats are not the best, but this is just me being as honest as possible. I don't know if I'm missing trades, but I think with progression and with time, I'll be able to see what I'm missing out on. Um, maybe there was like some 30-second plays I just didn't see. We're just gonna look. I do want to do another backtesting session later today, to be honest, because this was not satisfying for me. Um, I feel like I didn't really gain too much information. That one loss I took, I think lowkey, that was a pretty easily avoidable loss. I think I rushed into that one just because I didn't see that 5 minute. I don't know if that 5 minute got placed before I took the trade, but regardless, um, yeah. So this was just one L in the session, um, and that's pretty much it. 49 minutes for 4 days, not too shabby. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow for market open or another backtesting video later in the day if I get my schoolwork done, my steps in, and unfortunately applying more JOBs. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.